What's up everyone, my name's Eric, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 28th of July 2021 and I had two trades today, well technically three, but you'll see in a minute why you should ignore the one. So I had two trades today in WDC, which is Western Digital, and then XOP, which, what is that, an oil and gas ETF. And I sold puts in both of those for 2-day expiration here in the weeklies. Collected about 50 cents for each, and each one has, let's see, this has a 69% pop, that one had a 79% pop in XOP, and then the deltas were 34 and 22. I also opened this mini ES trade, but you can ignore that one because this is the first time I've ever traded the minis, and I was just intrigued by it because I could collect $100. This is on the monthly, by the way, not weekly. I could collect $100 and it only required $500 in buying power. And then it was at the 10 delta, which then supposedly gives me a 96% chance at $100. So if I take that earlier at 50%, you know, at $50, you know, in theory that 96 goes up to like 99% chance or whatever. So anyways, I'm just intrigued by it, so that's totally experimental. I do not follow that trade if you are following along for some reason. So yeah, let's look at the charts here. We'll go with WDC first. All right, so Western Digital here. This is the Elliott Wave 3 high intermediate, and then it's had this ABC correction, which in my opinion is the bottom right here. I could be wrong, Elliott Wave could be wrong, whatever. Another thing I guess I haven't been disclosing so far is I do throw on the MACD and the RSI here, and for these weekly trades I've been using the 30-minute time frame, which seems to be working pretty well. So I mean, you could just almost disregard the Elliott Wave if you felt like it, but I actually think the Elliott Wave is probably the more reliable source than any other indicator, even though none of them are perfect, obviously. Anyways, I use the Elliott Wave, MACD, and the RSI on the 30-minute for the weeklies, and that's been working pretty well so far. You know, if you're buying down here when the MACD is kind of crossing over, usually that kind of lines up with the RSI hitting a bottom. And if you hold on to that, let's see, let's go back to this one. So what I do, and what all these other stupid trading people do that charge you for their courses, is you just basically buy when the MACD and or RSI bottom out, and then you sell when it kind of hits the top. So what I do is I use more of a combo. You know, the RSI usually bottoms out first, then the MACD will cross up. So if you enter when the MACD crosses up, and then you exit when the RSI first becomes oversold, almost always that's a profitable trade. You know, you might not get a ton of the price action, but whatever, man, you're making money. So I mean, right here, even on this crazy day here, I'm not sure what happened there, but you know, if you entered here when the MACD crossed, you know, you'd be in this range here somewhere, and then the RSI became overbought up here. So if I said oversold earlier, that was a mess up. Overbought, when the RSI is overbought, that's when you sell. So, you know, you would have sold first thing in the morning, you would have made money. So on this trade here, you know, the MACD crossed up maybe last evening. And so I got in, you know, here around 10 o'clock this morning, and it's still going up. It's starting to weaken a little bit here. And the RSI though is increasing. So if and when I felt like exiting early, if this hits the upper threshold of the RSI, I could just sell and get out early. Or, you know, it's looking pretty good now. I might just hold on and wait for expiration and let it expire worthless. Anyways, I've kind of lost track of what I'm talking about there, but I think I covered kind of the gist of things. I basically combined Elliott Wave, MACD, RSI. You put all three of them together and it seems to be a good little system of when to enter and exit trades. And especially the entry point, exit point is more, you know, it's a little different trading options than versus just trading the underlying stock itself. Because when you're selling options, like what I do, time decay is in my favor. So even if I think this might go down a little bit, I don't care as an option seller. I just don't want it to go past my 62 put here, right? Whereas if you were trying to swing the stock for a swing trade or whatever, you know, you'd want to be trying to sell as high as possible, obviously. But as an option seller, you know, each day that this goes by, you know, these weekly contracts, you know, if you sell on a Monday, each day, you know, on the next day, on Tuesday, you just gained 1/5 of your time decay in your favor. So all that value just went to you as an option seller. So, which is why I love selling options. I don't understand how people buy options, but anyways, that's a whole different story. So back to this trade, you know, I just sold the 62 put here at 55 cents. It was at the 34 delta when I opened. And when I opened the trade, it was at a 69% pop. So far, it's gone in my favor. Opened this morning, went up a little bit. Now it's coming down a little bit. But yeah, it's looking good. All right, over to XOP. All right, XOP is pretty similar situation here. You know, it's had a correction down here, which I feel like has bottomed out. And now it kind of head back up here. You know, you could argue on the Elliott wave, this is the bottom, and then you could have a 1 up here, and then this is an A, B, C correction, and then you have a 2 here, and now it's heading higher. So this morning, you know, I opened it up around here, around 82 bucks, give or take. And sure enough, that lines up here with the 30-minute MACD crossing positive. So that's kind of my entry guidelines right there, right? You know, at least that all kind of lines up. So if you were going by more technical indicators to exit the trade, I would just wait till the RSI became overbought and exit the trade then. But again, since I'm selling an option and not just trading the underlying stock itself, time decay is in my favor. So if this keeps going up and then comes down a little bit, I don't care, because the option is losing its value, which is exactly what I want as the option seller. So I sold the 80 put here at 50 cents. It was at the 22 delta when I opened it, and a 79% pop, which is pretty great. And I'm just looking for it to stay above $80 here. And this line here is the expiration of this Friday, so just in a couple days here. And as long as it stays above 80, I'm gonna make money in some fashion. All right, I think that about covers everything. Going back here to my earlier week trades here, you know, all these weeklies, they are all shaping up pretty well. This Chewy one swung really hard against me at first, but it is now back in my favor. So that one may be on the fence. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but it's okay. If I got it rolled out to next week, no big deal. But all the rest of these weeklies are shaping up pretty well so far. And hopefully in the next day or two here, I will be taking either them off the table for a big profit of, you know, 70% of my max profit, give or take, or more. Or a lot of them I might just try to let expire worthless. So, all right, I think that's all I got. I'll keep you posted on everything. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video.